Good evening. Welcome to the Napoleon Memoirs. As always, we're here to do one thing, and that's to obsess about Napoleon. Nothing else I really feel like doing most of the time than thinking about Napoleon and how incredible he was, what an amazing hero he was, and how we should all be a lot more like him. And that is what motivates me because he was so incredible and he inspired people to do the right thing, to be heroic. Yes, they got him in the end. Yes, they were cruel to him. But he was a great man. And who thinks well of them? Okay? Think of it. Okay? Napoleon is still like the greatest. And I'm not going to say the other one. Okay? Okay. Let's just leave it there. The big news today, speaking of that, there's a huge alignment happening today. Jupiter conjunct Neptune in Pisces, which is ruled by Neptune. What does that mean? Jupiter is all about education, genuine spirituality, and the truth. Love Jupiter. I have Jupiter in my 10th house of career. I'm a very Jupiter person. Everything I do is about educating, helping, benevolence, trying to make things better through the truth and through the pursuit of genuine spirituality. That's what I care about. I don't really care what the religions say. We can get to the truth. They are saying some things that are true. But we have learned, unfortunately, that the religions are very much subverted. So we want to find out the true religion. And this is the perfect time to do that. And my religion has a lot to do with heroism, and having courage, and living for something beyond shopping and watching television. Okay? We can all do better. And Napoleon inspired me, and I hope I can inspire you to do better, to be a better person, because this is the day when we have the wind at our backs. We can really see things we could never see before, remember things we could never remember. I remember past lives. I remember them more all the time. Most of the world believes in reincarnation. For some reason, those of us under the English sphere don't really believe in that much. Why is that? Think about that. Okay? A lot of why I really don't care what they do to me is because I know I've lived before. I know this, and they have killed me before. Okay? And let them do it again. See? Reincarnation. That's how reincarnation works. I suffer. My suffering's incredible. I don't know what they can do to me. Worse than it's already been done to me. So, isn't that interesting? How reincarnation gives people courage. And yet we're always told that it's nonsense. Think about that. Okay? We're constantly being brainwashed to not rise up against the, and the word I'm thinking of is bankers. Yep, that's it. And I'm not talking about the nice people down the road. They're not the people I'm talking about. I am talking about the City of London guys, okay? And they set up these little zones where they don't have to follow the law. That's wrong. That needs to be closed up. Under Napoleon, that would not occur. I just yelled. Sorry about that. Anyway, that's why they went after Napoleon, okay? Because he did not let them do all of their crimes as much as they love to do them. And now here we are 200 years later. So you get to see exactly what they wanted to do with this world. Napoleon's enemies, their descendants, their direct descendants are the ones treating us like slaves. See, today's the day to get free from that spiritually. We are not slaves. Absolutely not. We have to pay them rent to live here, and they might decide if they want us to live or not, and they want to make our health choices. Can you imagine? The freaking City of London guys are deciding our health? Oh, see? People need to wise up quick. Today's the day for that, Jupiter. See? We have the knowledge. We can use it. That's what this is all about. Us getting free. Okay? It's only a few people. They can't do anything. They're so outnumbered. All they do, trust me, I've been dealing with them for years, they play games. Every single time they get mad, they throw another game at you. Okay? So we're dealing with people who are like almost, let's just use the word regressive. They are narcissistic to a man. I know I'm always talking about narcissism, and I think some people think that I think everybody's a narcissist, but we are under narcissistic influence right now. And when you deal with people who are really narcissists, they're like children. They don't operate at an adult level. Okay? And the people I'm up against, they're not adults. Okay? All they do is bribe and blackmail and seduce, and they threaten us. They threaten me a lot. Okay, so I have actually broken it down to the 4 ways that you can recognize them: bribery, threats, blackmail, and seduction. So you could include getting people hooked on drugs under that. You can, there's all kinds of ways that they can get their hooks in somebody. And they got their hooks in me by coming to my house and intimidating me and letting me know that they plan on killing me. Okay, so that kind of makes me want to stay home, doesn't it? They finagled me into house arrest. And then 6-7 months later, they finagled the whole world into house arrest. See? So I couldn't complain about what they were doing to me. They did it to everybody. And do not think that my project has nothing to do with this. I've looked at this from every angle. They cannot have a populist uprising. Okay? It can't be a real one. It has to be a fake Donald Trump, Alex Jones. Oh, I said names. Anyway, I'll stop. Okay? They can't have real opposition because they are way too outnumbered. And nobody likes them, and everybody's sick of them. And they know who I'm talking about. All their publicists freaking never quit on me. Okay? Okay, that's a bunch of games. Okay, so really, once they exhaust all their bluffs, what do you have left? Shootout. That's crazy, but look, guns, because they're so violent and they can get away with crimes. And that's their whole power entirely, is that I'll go to jail if something happens and they won't. That is their entire advantage over someone like me. Okay, because I have a gun. They have a gun, right? I'll go to jail, they won't. That's the advantage. Let's close that advantage up. So at least if they do come for me, it's a fair fight. Wouldn't that be just? See, today's a day of justice. Jupiter conjunct Neptune. And it's also a day of caring and philanthropy and empathy. That's what Neptune and Pisces are about. This is about caring and truth and helping. Okay? And law does fall under Jupiter. See, so we have all of the opportunities today to get our legal system working again, because the only problem here is that people in the legal profession are not doing their job. And I understand why they're scared to do their job, or they're bribed to not do their job, or they've been blackmailed to not do their job, or they've been seduced. See how it works? That's how everybody got caught. That's why the whole legal system doesn't work, at least for the above the law people. Now, I also want to remind you, since I'm on a tear, Donald Trump pretended to be a populist in the United States, okay? He told everybody he was going to what? He was going to train the swamp. What did he do as soon as he got into office? He got out his megaphone, contacted the people who always send people to my house and said, run all your guys in as fast as you can, and I'm going to leave the names out. But you can find them so easy. Okay, so it was like a banker's paradise. And he ran saying he was going to do the exact opposite, okay? And they never stop with this Trump thing, okay? So he's such a core player to their drama club. He's so important to whatever show they're putting on. Okay, Look up Trump. He has a very elaborate IMDb. He's a, SAG certified. He's an actor. He's an actor. He's always been an actor. These are actors. At this point, I hope I'm telling you nothing, that you already know all these things. But for those of us who are just tuning in for the first time, okay, so how is that okay? How is he still floating around the media when the media should have said, you know what, he said he was going to drain the swamp. See, there's no real reporting. And yet, as soon as he got into office, he got a megaphone out and he called the entire city of London and said, where do you want everybody, city of London? We can run them all in now. But we didn't really hear about this. We heard, oh, Russia, Russia, Russia. And then, oh, something with some sex scandal. That's what we heard. Hillary, oh, Hillary's book is boring. Remember that? All right, now I'm going to end the rant now. That was enough for today, I think. All right, anyway. So this is so funny because the last word that I read last night in English was benevolence, and that is Jupiter. Okay, and I'm going to take that as a sign. All right, so Napoleon is saying in his poisoner's memoirs, his best friend in his life was his poisoner. Okay, so that's our world under this group. Okay, that's what a hero gets under this rulership because they won. Okay, they won. And they stayed in power till the present day. That is my message. Okay? Anyway, he's saying, I am not a prisoner of war. There is no war. This is complete made-up laws. They're just, English government's just making up laws left and right to finagle him into house arrest, just like they did to me and the whole world, okay? So they love having us under house arrest, and then they can go fly over my head constantly with all the brand new planes that they just bought. Where I live in the Hamptons, I can't believe, they all got their own plane, okay? But I'm kind of under house arrest, but they all got their own plane in the last 2 years. How does that work? Okay? That's the perspective from the Hamptons. They live here, okay? They live in the city of London. I work in the city of London. Does anybody live there? I don't know. I'm not that familiar. I just know it's a little magic area where there are no laws for bankers. Wow. You see how that affects the rest of us? Please, and if I'm wrong, look it up. Tell me if I'm wrong. This is my understanding. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Verify what I say. By all means. I recommend that always. Anyway, back ranting. That's interesting. Anyway, let's continue. We have traversed those countries in Europe least favored by Providence, and none of them can be compared with this barren rock, destitute of everything which can render life supportable, and only calculated every moment to renew the agonies of death. The principles of Christian morality and the great duty imposed upon man of following its doctrines, whatever they may be, can alone prevent him from putting an end to such a horrible existence. The emperor regards it as his glory to live in obedience to these principles. But should the British government persist in the present course of injustice towards him, he would regard it as a blessing to be put to death. That is Napoleon right there. Okay? Napoleon was awesome. We should all be like Napoleon. We should all strive to be like Napoleon. Be freaking a fraction of as great as he was. He believed in things and he stood up for them. And he was going to suffer to the bitter end to make a point. And then they lie about him for 200 years. Sometimes I see on the internet, why does she like Napoleon so much? How could someone like Napoleon so much? How could someone like him so much? What's to like? Because people have not gotten the right idea about him. All right, gonna go to Italian. I have to stop ranting. This is gonna go on all night. What can I do? Napoleon, he's so great. I can't help it. He's so great. He had beliefs. He stood up for things. He's a great man. You should all try to be half as good as him. That is my whole point. This project's always been about emulating Napoleon. He was charitable, and he was good, and he was kind. And he had to do terrible things because he was a ruler, and sometimes you have to do bad things. How do you rule and not ever do anything? And he had all these people around him tripping him up big time. A lot of this stuff wasn't even his fault. He's being tripped up. His intentions were so good. They were so good. Much better than people think. All right, Italian. Chiediamo agli imperatori se col concorso del corpo legislativo avrebbe creduto poter salvare la patria, al che risposi senza esistenze che se ne sarebbe incaricato con piena fidanza di poter riuscire. In meno di 15 giorni diceva egli prima Gioia che la massi del nemico avessero potuto presentarsi davanti Parigi. Io ne avrei compiuto le fortificazioni, avrei raccolto sotto le sue mura coi resti dell'esercito più di 80.000 uomini dei buoni truppi con 300 cannoni. Dopo qualche giorno di lotta, le guardie nazionali, i federati, gli abitanti di Parigi avrebbero pestato alla difesa delle trinci. Mi sarebbero dunque rimasti 80.000 uomini responsabili e presti al mio genio. Ben sapevasi, continuava egli, quali partito io ero capace di trarne. Erano recenti le rimembranze del 1814, campo opera Montmirail, Craon, Montero, viviano tuttavia nella mente di quelli che dovevano combatterci i luoghi se sia vero. L'ho ricordato i prodigi dell'anno antecedente, di quell'anno in cui i nemici mi avevano soprannominato i 100.000 uomini. La retezza e la energia delle nostre mosse avevano loro strappata queste frasi. Fatto sta che noi ci eravamo mostrati ammirabili, non mai un pugno di prodi compia tanti prodigi di virtù guerriera, sì che fatti magnanimi non furono mai ben conosciuti dal pubblico, a motivo dei nostri disastri. Vennero però giudicati debitamente dai nostri nemici che li hanno numerati il suono dei nostri colpi. Noi fummo allora per dir così, abrigarai della favola. This is a really good idea. What's going on here? I can see what he's talking about. It's Napoleon. He's a genius. It's very, it's like I say, he's not that easy always to understand because he's really in his head. He's really smart, obviously, the smartest person ever. That's part of why I like him so much. He's incredible. But he'll tell you about all these details about his life in St. Helena. So it's difficult. It's really difficult to know the minutiae of his life, even for me, you know. So he's talking about the legislative house and the Montmirail, 1814, his disasters. He's like going over it again and again and again with St. Helena. He's like constantly analyzing where he went wrong. He's always like replaying everything. He's always, but that's Napoleon, you know. He's so smart. He's incredible. Such an incredible person. The more I learn about him, the more I respect him. See, I'm not winding down at all. I'm just getting started. I love doing this. Napoleon is great. They tried to discourage me by turning my numbers off. Like, oh no, I don't have numbers. I might as well stop. I've been doing this I don't need numbers to do this. You know what I mean? This is what I would do. It's just so funny. Like, oh, if we turn off her numbers, she'll be so discouraged. And then she'll stop because everybody loves her numbers, right? There's nothing else with numbers in the whole world, right? Because everybody's such a narcissist like we are. You have to, oh, wake up. Don't see, Instagram is to waste your time. These are all tricks they're playing. I was riding my scooter down the street and I saw this nice lady in my neighborhood, whatever. And she's like posing for a picture with her dogs in front of the field. And I was like, I just knew it was for Instagram. That's ruining her life. I gotta take a picture for Instagram. I'm having this beautiful walk. You see what I mean? Like, I actually thought I hope she's not watching. I'll try, but she might be watching. Because I don't know what my numbers are. Everybody could be watching. How would I possibly know? Because they lie about everything. It's impossible for any of their tricks to work anymore. See? Because if somebody has 25 million views or somebody has 0 views, it's all the same to me. They're lying. It has no relevance. See, nothing they do has any relevance whatsoever because they lie all the time. So what's the use of interacting with people that constantly lie and play tricks and games and try to blackmail people and bribe them and threaten them and seduce them, often with drugs and with, as I'm always saying, pretty girls. Pretty girls and drugs are, I think, the best way that they have to control people. And then the other ones are just icing on the cake. Why are we dealing with them? Why do we put up with them? Why do we believe them when they tell us we have to give them our money? Why do we do that? Why do we give them our money? Isn't that interesting? We constantly give them money. And they constantly play tricks on us and lie to us. And we constantly give them money. Okay? So then you have to start to wonder what's wrong with us. Okay? And then what is this incredible, magical, witch-like power that they have? That they can just play tricks on us constantly. We just give them all of our money and all of our time, and we just like live for them because they tell us money and fame are so important. And for me, a gallery in East Hampton is supposed to be so important for me. They played this huge game about a gallery in East Hampton. I'm supposed to think that that's the place to be. I'll make my gallery everywhere but that gallery in East Hampton, okay? Everywhere but there is going to be my gallery. You see how that works? See, we can all do that. Everywhere is my gallery, except that one little spot, that creepy little spot, which I actually hated there. I don't even want my art in there. Oh, but I'm supposed to want, see? And she's standing at the gate saying, you have to do everything my way or else you'll never succeed in this world. You see? That's kind of almost a cult kind of thing. They're like scamming me into thinking I want to be in that gallery. Because my whole life I heard that I did want to be in that gallery. See? I was brainwashed into wanting to be in that gallery. And then when I went to that gallery, I was going to have to make a really sick deal with them. And that is exactly what she was starting up with me. A few of them tried to catch me, okay? And when I say them, I mean the people we send all of our money to all the time. And then they blackmail us and get us hooked on drugs and send us pretty girls and guys. I've gotten my share of pretty guys also. And they'll even throw me musicians. Isn't that cute? See, they've profiled me. Isn't that funny? They know I like musicians. So they send them to me. Okay. And then we give them all of our money. And then we don't enforce the law when it comes to them. Isn't that interesting? Why do we do that? They must be very good at this. They're brainwashing us. Okay? And they're magical. That's right. Today's a day of magic. Neptune and Pisces, you say? Jupiter, the truth about religion. The truth is that we are living under a religion and it's their religion. And they throw their religion at us. And their religion is enslaving us. That's their religion. In their religion, they're perfectly justified enslaving us. They've invented a religion where they're so special and so superior that the rest of us are just really beasts of burden. And since we're so stupid and we let them mind control us, obviously they're right. Wouldn't you agree with that? Don't you think that they're actually right? You say? That's where they got us. They're right. We are that stupid. See, we're proving their religion right by being that stupid. That's how they believe that they're right. I deal with them. They don't leave me alone. I got them. I got their whole outlook on life, and I know exactly what they're about. They don't have to grow. They don't have to do anything except enjoy that money because they're right. We are that stupid. We're going to keep giving them everything. And the proof that they're right in their religion is that we give them everything and let them kill us. That is the Jupiter conjunct Neptune truth. Share this. Tell everybody the truth, okay? There's something going on with them, and it's spiritual. And we need to wise up really quick and don't send them your money. Don't give them your money. Don't pick up their phone calls. Don't let them bring you drugs anymore. Don't let them send you pretty girls anymore. You know, it's time to just stop letting them do this to us. We don't like them. You know, none of us like them. All of us that got caught by them, and we all got caught by them. All of us that got caught by them hate it. But we think, oh, they're going to send an assassin, or they're going to cut off my bank account, or, oh, they're going to take the pretty girl. You know, whatever it is. Oh, I won't have drugs. I'll get the shakes, or whatever it is that you're addicted to from them. You don't need it. You do not need to pick up the phone. You do not need to live with them. If they're predatory with you, okay, because that's their job. They're witches, you know, and they know how to control people. This is everything the media is hiding from you. They are the best witches in the world, and they really know what they're doing, and they're incredible, and they're very talented, and they have perfected their scams. They're scammers. I see them everywhere. I deal with them. We're dealing with a cult of scammers, okay, and they know how to do word. Like they can put spells in words, and then like you can't even say that word without getting emotional. That's them. They're doing that. Think of those words. You're just like you clench up if you hear it. This word. That's them. They're doing that. These are all so we won't talk to each other, so we can't relate to each other. So we're like hyper all the time, freaking out all the time. They're keeping us neurotic. It's a witch cult. Something from, it's always like Russia, Germany, England. It's always that. Something, Russia, Germany, England. It's some kind of cult centered around them. And then they put their hooks in the influential people, the cult. And then the cult always has like this incredible amount of money from either trafficking, they're pirates, they steal, they always have a lot of money. And they finagle themselves into control of banking, education, anything just to brainwash people and control them. Their whole reason for living is just to mentally influence and control others and then to get their money. It's extremely predatory. Anyway, so they're in charge of banking, and it's very complicated. But yeah, don't deal with them. Why deal with them? Do you want to deal with them? Why can't we stop dealing with them? Oh, they have all this blackmail or drugs or whatever. Let's get past it. Whatever happened, whatever anybody did, I don't need to hear about it. I don't need to know about it. I don't need to even look at it. Can't we just start over? Right? Some people want to start over. I think second chances are in order for everybody. Why not? Today's the day for it. Second chances. Just give everybody a second chance. Wouldn't that be great? Why not? Just stop talking to them. Give everybody a second chance. If they come out, oh, they have blackmail or drugs or pretty girl, pretty guy, just whatever that hook is. So you know what? I don't need the hook anymore. Ah, anything's better than that hook, because that's the way I feel. So if they have a big hook in you, I officially give you permission to walk away from that hook. Let's all walk away from them. I mean, I'm under house arrest because of them. I, this is horrible. I live a horrible life because of them. You know, and you guys are keeping me locked up. Okay, so please, can we stop this and vote with your sovereignty to support me and not them? They should not have blacklisted me. We know exactly who I'm up against. Back me up. Don't back them up. Yes, they have all the money in the world. We can come up with something else. It's anything. It's just basic things. We just need basic things, okay? Stop talking to them. We have to work something out. We cannot live like this anymore. You know what? I'm not even going to continue with my memoirs tonight. Please. Just whatever they have on you. Just say, I don't want to deal with you anymore, because that's how it works in life. When you're being abused by someone, you say, I'm not talking to you anymore. It's called no contact. And it really is a technique that works for abuse victims, which I most certainly have been an abuse victim. I'm very disruptive. I cause a lot of problems. So it causes a lot of problems for me also. And so I have suffered a lot of abuse. And they get the hooks in you. And then one day you have to say, look, this is over. I can't do this anymore. And you just don't pick up the phone anymore. And they know what they did. You know what I'm saying? They know. They know it. Any narcissist knows every relationship ends for them. So they know they're insufferable. So just don't pick up the phone anymore. That's all you can do with them, because they're abusing us, but they're like killing us. But that's how abuse escalates. See, so they didn't start off this bad. The abuse is escalating because they're getting more and more scared that they're going to lose control of us. And if they lose control of us, we're going to start enforcing the law. And we will enforce the law. Do you understand? We have to enforce the law. Because they're going to kill us if we don't enforce the law. So everyone who's not doing their job in law will be responsible for the next thing they're going to do to us. Okay, so it's going to be completely the people in law who failed us as a planet. Okay, because they have right in their hands all the handcuffs and firearms and everything. They have all the tools to go and save us, and they're not doing it. And I'm not in law enforcement. I am somebody who's obsessed with Napoleon. Okay, so please, everyone, I see I have either zero view or 1 view right now. Okay, so I'm officially on 0 views, pretty much. Okay, see, is that fair that I'm lied about? I do nothing but serve the public. Is that fair? That I have to be lied about? It's not fair. Anyway, so please do the right thing. Please enforce the law. I'm not even going to do my thing tonight, but just do it. Just do it. You can't take it anymore, okay? So have a very good night. I can't take it anymore. Just say, no, we don't have to give them our money. Why are you giving them your money? Why are you giving them all your time? Are the video games that great? Is the pornography that fascinating? It's not. Okay, it's not. All they can give you is this plastic garbage and lies. Okay, don't think it's good. It's not good. This stuff is horrible. It's horrible. It's like the worst stuff on earth. Do not sell your souls for the horrible things that they offer. Okay. Anyway, good night. Thank you so much for listening. Please, I implore you. Thank you so much. Good night.